Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Div C West NGS Finals for Season 5. And welcome Cody Kraz, who's going to be co-casting with me tonight. How are you doing tonight, Cody?
Yo, I'm doing well. I'm super excited for this Div C West final, and hopefully you are too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. First, I need to unfreeze you.
I would appreciate that.
There we
Much
go.
as I like the cold.
Much better, much better. Anyway, welcome everybody who's joining us in Twitch chat tonight. This should be a great matchup. This is between this is it, Cody. This is it for Div C West. This is going to decide who's going to represent the West in the grand finals.
Yeah, it's super high stakes for these guys. It's still a best of 3, but a lot on the line. You know, if it gets to be the elimination game, I might see a surprise strat come out.
Yeah, so this is Arrogant Nephalem, which is the #1 seed. And we've got Tickle Tassadar, the #3 seed. So a couple teams that were, top in the regular season. They've been duking it out through the playoffs so far. And, we're seeing them meet up here at the end. I'm going to pull up the standings real quick, the playoff bracket, just so everybody can see the journey for these teams. So let's see, they've each made it to, so this is their 3rd round of playoffs here.
Yeah.
So everybody can see here, we've got Arrogant Nephalem versus Tickle Tassadar. The East already has been decided. Their representative is going to be a square and 4 triangles. So
yeah, and they've
see.
looked good through this tournament, so it'll be a tough matchup for whoever makes it out of this side.
For sure. It looks like we have our final player. Any initial thoughts on this matchup at all, Cody, or do we want to pretty much just jump right in?
I think I'm mostly ready to jump right in. I don't want to give too many of my draft insights before the 2-minute delay makes it so the teams drafting can actually hear what I'm saying. But
oh yeah, right. And use the information. Yeah, we do not want that to happen for sure. Let's check in here. Looks like the teams are ready. So here we go. Wasting no time here. Getting right to the action. So we're going to Battlefield of Eternity. And Cody, this was the choice of Tickle Tassadar.
Yeah, and looking at some of the games in their Stats of the Storm database, that's the map. It's a map they like. They do typically run a race style comp on this, so you'll probably see a Vala and/or Greymane. Li Ming, also a high priority in a draft like that. And the players playing those tend to be Serenian and Bayonetta. I guess I didn't actually look close enough at the draft screen to see, or the pregame screen to see if they're both in today. But
yeah, I know I saw Bayonetta for sure. All right, so we've got an Artanis ban coming out for Arrogant Nephalem, and that is a bruiser that's fantastic on this map because he can do so much shred to that Immortal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen Arrogant Nephalem run Kime on that for Battlefield of Eternity, so I'm a little surprised they banned that first. They must be expecting that as a first pick.
Yeah, and we're not going to get an Asmodan, which I know is going to be disappointing for Trabe over on Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, no Kerrigan either, and Kerrigan recently nerfed, but still pretty strong. I think that's a solid ban.
Absolutely. So
she's super tanky after her rework. I don't know how much you've had to play with her against her, but she's
yeah, no, she's good. Solid. She's solid, and it's going to be a Hanzo ban. This is probably pretty much this is a map you might see Hanzo a lot just because he's also got that great Immortal shred. So I think this goes to what you were saying, Tickle Tassadar going for that, shredding. They want to take the opponent's ability to shred off the table.
Yeah, and so this is an interesting first pick. Arrogant Nephalem picking up the Diablo over there, which is meaningful because Tickle Tassadar's main preference is Johanna, but they probably wouldn't want to pick up Johanna in this first rotation. But now that there's going to be another ban phase, if they don't pick her up, Arrogant Nephalem could ban her out, and then there's no comfort tanks left for Old Pro, as far as I know.
Yep, and they're thinking the same thing, it looks like, because there is that Johanna along with the Li Ming, so they're going for that poking, sustained damage on the Immortal. Li Ming is so great for that.
Yeah, especially if you're playing a solid macro game, you usually pick up that shaman camp right at the 230 mark to get that pushing for the opposite lane pressure, and then Li Ming can just set up camp in there and launch spells from there after the split.
Yeah, and we've got a Diablo Jaina combination, and then throw a Uriel in there for good measure, and that's looking pretty scary for Arrogant Nephalem over there.
Yeah, Uriel's pretty tasty in the solo lane there. Even after the mana nerfs, she's still quite good.
I know that Tickle Me Tassadar, they love Sonya, Blaze, Dahaka. Those are some of the offlaners that they've used a lot. We'll have to see if they head that direction. They are going to ban out Whitemane.
Yeah, with no Tassadar on the table, any of those makes a lot of sense. I think Sonya hasn't been seeing a lot of play of late, but I think she's still fairly strong. We'll have to see if there's someone she can dive into the backline with that Ancient Spear type build. Otherwise, I kind of expect to see a Blaze, especially to protect against the Jaina and Diablo ults.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the Greymane here, along with the maybe a Blaze Greymane, maybe?
Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. I was looking Tickle here on Tickle Me Tassadar. Well, he's going to pick now, but he has an incredibly wide support pool, so they would have been fine saving him till the end.
There's the Greymane and Tyrande.
Yep. Tyranda's good on this map. She can apply that Hunter's Mark to the Immortal and reduce its armor, increasing your race speed even further.
Arrogant Nephalem thinking this over a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to slam the Deckard Cane. All kinds of zone control around the Immortal. The root and the slow both could be super impactful here. You're going to follow it up the Greymane too. Or, sorry, Thrall.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of roots and slows over on the side of, and stuns as well over on Arrogant Nephalem's side.
Yeah, that's an absurd amount of CC. Do you think Diablo will go Apocalypse as well, especially to set up maybe Ring of Frost?
I don't know, because the Blaze can kind of counter that, and so many people are taking breath these days.
Yeah, now that we see the Blaze, I think maybe that particular synergy is not as strong because of the bunker, like you mentioned. But I think before that, definitely they were looking for some kind of crazy Ring, Apocalypse, Earthquake, blow-up comp.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we still may see it.
Yep.
You know, they would just need to bait that out so they don't waste that Apocalypse. The baiting out the bunker. So what do you think? Do you prefer one side over the other?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think Arrogant Nephalem has been the top seed all season in the tournament. I know from playing against them, they're pretty scary strong, and they've got all kinds of CC tools, which is hard to deal with when you're in a competitive setting. If your team is playing well together and chaining their CC well, it's really hard to deal with. So I think my money is on them, but it is a solid draft from Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, I really like both of these drafts. I feel like they're really solid, and they're very different. You know, as we expected, we've got Tickle Me Tassadar going for that shred, whereas Arrogant Nephalem is going a little bit more like team fight oriented. So
yeah,
the two worlds are going to collide, and we'll get to see which one is going to take this.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say is Tyrande is kind of a counter to Diablo. I've seen that all over the place of recently. Even when they nerfed the range on her E-stun, and yeah, I am fine following your camera.
Oh, okay, cool.
If Diablo overextends, he'll absolutely get punished with the Hunter's Mark and the stun from Tyrande, so keep an eye out for that.
Definitely. So let's introduce our teams to everybody, and welcome everybody jumping in Twitch chat here. We'd love to hear from you. Keep going with that chatter. We've got Trabe playing Jaina. Dekillidan's going to be on the Thrall. Deckard will be played by Null Pointer, Segatai on Diablo, and Kime on Uriel for Arrogant Nephalem.
Then in the red over here on the right, we've got Tickle Me Tassadar, and it's going to be Old Pro on the Joanna, Shiba on the Li Ming, Bickle on the Tyrande, Bayonetta on the Greymane, and up top we've got Serenian on the Blaze.
All right, so Blaze versus Uriel in the top lane, expected. Let's see what the teams can make happen in the 4v4 down here in the bottom.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the solo laners. They probably aren't going to get a lot of screen time to start this game, but there's probably not going to be a lot happening up there. It's just going to be a big wet noodle fight.
Yep. Sorry, guys. We still love you, though. We're thinking of you, but we're looking at the bottom lane right now.
I think it's kind of interesting. We have the Black Soulstone from Diablo, or sorry, Devil's Due at 1 from Diablo. There's not a lot of orbs around the mid of this map when the Immortals are happening. I usually see more of the wallbang heal or maybe even the Soul Shield.
Right. Yeah,
especially in
BOE is
the
such a different map than a lot of the others. So see a lot of different styles. So that's a good point. You know, a lot of times you will see different talents here just because being a 2-lane map and not having the minions in the middle where you're fighting over the Immortals.
Yeah. I think other than that, Crash Lightning, a little greedy from the Thrall, but he is in the 4-stack, so on a 2-lane map, that's the time to take it.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on those stacks for sure.
Yeah, other than that, everything looks pretty standard. I will say that Greymane went Viciousness rather than the, I'm drawing a blank on the other talent at level 1, but I feel like this is the one map where you take that other W talent on Greymane.
Right. So Greymane is heading up to kind of help out Blaze. Looks like Bayonetta gonna be stealing this camp that Kime was working on.
Yeah, that was a great rotation by them, and that leads me to believe they've watched a lot of film of Arrogant Nephalem playing this map. Because that's not a rotation you would normally make. They must have known, you know, this is a time when Uro goes for that camp. We'll set one up there to pressure.
Yeah, that's great research for sure. We've got Arrogant Nephalem and also Tickle Me Tassadar both working on their bruiser camps.
Yep, Bayonetta doing a good job microing through this camp. And probably not even have to tap to get this or get help.
So Kime on the Yrel will be looking to clean these camps up before we head down for Immortal spawning in just a few seconds.
Yeah, level 4s are online for both teams. Looks like mostly standard builds coming through on both sides. We do have Aegis of Light on Yrel at 4, given the armor when she lands to her allies.
So Greymane had to back right there at the very beginning, so Tickle Me Tassadar was not able to kind of jump in and get a head start with their superior shred.
Yeah, but that's kind of to be expected, right? They sent only him to the camp, so they were planning on that.
Got Dekilidin working on the Immortal, but it looks like Arrogant Nephalem wants to fight.
Which is, yeah, it makes sense. They're behind in this race. The halftime show almost about to be picked up here by Tickle Me Tassadar.
And this is where Lei Ming is so strong with that poke.
Yeah, just gets all kinds of value from super far away. Ooh, huge condemn there from the Jaina or the Joanna. And then the jet propulsion in from the Blaze, trying to put some stun on the back line.
Yeah, that was looking good for Arrogant Nephalem, but Tickle Me Tassadar sustained through that fight, and now they're chasing.
Yeah, they put out a lot of damage, enough to kind of send at least Trey back, and they're going to end up winning this race, I think, by about a 20% margin, maybe even more.
Yeah, the shred is real.
Really chunked out. Yeah, ended up being more like 30 or 40%. 7,000 health shield on that Immortal. It's going to be rumbling down top lane.
Yeah, so expect Yrel will probably swap to the bottom. Yep, that's where she's headed. And the other 4 from Arrogant Nephalem moving up to defend. And it will be a 4-man offense for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yep, and that just makes sense. I mean, this is just a first Immortal. It's not super shieldy. It's going to get this wall. Li Ming kind of whisks the ball there. But I don't expect it to get much more than the wall here.
Agreed. Yeah, the very first Immortal isn't terribly strong. The wall, and if they could get the well, that would be really great for them.
Yeah, it would definitely give them an upper hand in the top lane, but I don't think they're even looking too hard at that. I don't think any camps will be up immediately after this falls either. They do have, well, I lied, they're dead even in experience.
Yeah, good defense by Arrogant Nephalem, and like you said, they're even experienced, so they didn't give up too much by losing out on that first Immortal.
Yeah, nothing at all. That's impressive. Still no first blood in this game.
Hello, Quebico and Cavalitrest. Hopefully I said that right. Welcome.
Yeah. Keeping the chat going. Almost, just between the two of them.
Yep. Anybody else, feel free to jump right in.
I'd take you up on that, but I'm so busy watching this game. It's super exciting.
Great.
Also, I got into trouble one cast. I jumped into my chat, said some stuff, and I was chatting from the future because I didn't understand how delays work.
Oh, yep. 2-minute delay makes things a little awkward.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed my chat was on that as well, and that was wrong. Old Bro stepping up there.
They're like spoilers.
Yeah,
So both teams just kind of not being overly aggressive, just making sure they get their soak in their lanes, not taking a lot of risks or anything. Looks like both teams are waiting for the late game to really go crazy.
Yeah. One thing of note, Decker did go Kanai's Cube as 7 here, so it's a subtle effect if you're watching. There's not like a big fanfare when it happens, but it is going to be reducing hero damage by 30% whenever it hits people with that cube. So kind of keep an eye on that. Especially if that hits the Li Ming, it could be catastrophic to her popping off in a fight.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Here we go on the Immortals. Arrogant Nephalem got a little bit of a head start, but now they're going to go ahead and move over to fight.
Yeah, it's just a lot of poking happening. They take an aggressive defensive position here, and they didn't even really get a head start. They had to move aggressively into defense. They're even in experience though, so they can afford to be here.
Yeah, looks like Arrogant Nephalem sending to Killadin back over to start working on that Immortal, while the other 4 try to hold off Tickle Tassadar.
Yeah, one important thing about getting that first Immortal is that Shaman Camp on the top is about to get that top fort, or was working on it. Ran out of weight though.
Big fight here. Oh, beautiful.
Excellent charge by Diablo.
Yeah, well done by Segatai.
Good turn by Bayonetta, and now chips are starting to fall. Arrogant Nephalem gets turned on hard. The root just barely gonna get them out, I think.
Oh, look at the Li Ming getting so low. She's real low in mana as well.
Yeah. Also note, she's gone almost complete Magic Missile build, so she's really invested in just poking down the Immortal more so than trying to pop off and combo out a team fight.
It's like the teams are going to regroup a bit here before they re-engage.
Yep, Tickle Tassadar is significantly ahead in the race, but the Immortals are in defensive position, so they'll have to crack through Arrogant Nephalem's defenses to really finish this Immortal phase.
Yeah, and Tickle Tassadar coming back at full strength, looking to push Arrogant Nephalem back and secure another Immortal.
They use that Shaman Camp to pick up their 10, so both teams have them.
Yeah, let's take a look at those. Well, hold on. We're going to fight first. I'll show them to you guys, and then we'll see. So we've got, Ring of Frost. It's going to be Sundering on Thrall.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Stay a while. It is going to be that Lightning Breath. I know you were thinking maybe Apocalypse, but it's going to be the Lightning Breath, and then Sacred Ground for Yrel.
Yeah, they did have a chance to see the bunker was picked before they went that, but that'd have been madness to see the combustion out of the blaze. There's a Stay a While and Listen just off the bottom of the screen. Only catches Joanna. She's going to be just fine. Bunker's dropped, though. Ring of Frost hasn't popped yet, nor has Lightning Breath. Gotta be careful now if you're Tickle Tassadar. They might have invested too many defensive ults here early.
Yeah, I mean, now that Arrogant Nephalem knows that bunker is out of the way, I mean, it seems like a good time for them to push this fight.
Oh, there's the ring. Segatai getting dropped super low. Got the Starfall taking down heroes in the middle, but Blaze is the first to fall.
Old Pro on the Johanna, trying to get out. Bayonetta really low as well. The Lightning Breath will finish her off.
And it's a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Arrogant Nephalem. Their team fight comp showing through, coming up in spades.
Rel going up to clean up that top lane, because as you know, if you leave that that camp alone, it will do a lot of damage.
Yeah. And in terms of what happened in this fight, that was just an excellent job of Arrogant Nephalem. They really drove their wedge between the enemy, split them, and Tickle Me Tassadar just kind of ended up split, couldn't take care of anything. And I lied, Toronto was the first to fall, but Blaze followed her very shortly after. It was just a great fight by Arrogant Nephalem.
We're pretty even on the Immortals.
Which is surprising to me. Arrogant Nephalem had all that time to go put pressure on the Immortal, and instead they just kind of backed and healed up, which is the safer thing to do for sure.
So, Tickle Me Tassadar has almost all their ults. They're just waiting on Starfall.
Yeah, Blessed Shield already just came out. Now Bayonetta is split really far from his team, and Kime and Trey have just taken it out on the poor Greymane puppy, sent way in too deep.
Oh! Oh, and they will finish off the Greymane. So that's pretty great. I mean, that's the biggest shredder for Tickle Me Tassadar, but they don't have very far to go.
Oh, stay a while and listen, cancel. Here comes the Ring of Frost from the Jaina. Got the Diablo combo coming out. And Diablo does fall, though. Excellent bunker by the Blaze.
Ooh, I don't know if that's going to save enough of them, though. They're so low, but Arrogant Nephalem loses too.
Yeah, Nullpointer and Trey are both out of mana, which was enough to really turn that fight, because otherwise, you were right, the bunker might not have been enough.
Oh my gosh, these Immortals. Actually, with the death timers being low, we're going to get all 5 members back for both teams here pretty quick.
Yep. There's going to be 4 ults on the side of Arrogant Nephalem, just the 3 on Tickle Me Tassadar, but they have the better race. They're going to step forward here and really try to start their race.
Yeah, and they are going to pick that up.
Yeah, Blessed Shield was used to ensure it, but they got the Immortal, and that's 100% their way of winning this game overall. Is just keep winning Immortals. So good on them, executing on their strategy.
It is going to be Cursed Bullet for Greymane, by the way, and Wave of Force for Li Ming.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools here to really punish that Diablo if he steps too far ahead. We've already seen him get blown up once.
So we've got all of the ults back up for Arrogant Nephalem. And almost all of them actually just came up for Tickle Me Tassadar as well, so...
Yeah, just missing that Blessed Shield. I just heard a Cursed Bullet landing on Diablo there, who is pretty far forward behind the Immortal there. Stay a while and listen. It's used to try to disengage. Shauna pops her Iron Skin, rolls on out.
That's a nice combo. They need to... Obviously, they need to catch more of them in that stay a while, and that would have been pretty devastating with the Lightning Breath.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you can combo, like, stay a while into Ring of Frost, then into the Lightning Breath is really the dream, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty devastating. So where are we looking at now? We're pretty much dead even on experience still. These teams are very evenly matched, and it looks like we're going to get a 4v4 over this bottom camp.
Yeah, Diablo stepping up again. A lot of damage, a good combo there onto Dekilidin, and just getting chunked out. Getting that Thrall healing through, though. Blood for Blood sustains him right on back up, as well as the Fruit Juice from Nullpointer.
Really great stun by Bickle. Follow-up, it almost got them a kill.
Yeah. Yeah, Urel had to roll down here into the bottom lane to protect her crew, though, so Blaze rolls to the top camp. Gonna start picking that up and just split the 2 camps, and I think that's ultimately in favor of Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, they'll have a camp. They've already got that top fort down, where Arrogant Nephalem's camp still has a fort to make it through.
Yep.
Twitch chat, what do you guys think? This is pretty even. Who do you guys think has the edge?
Cursed Bullet lands on Diablo there. I think that was probably a misuse of the ult, though. I mean, it's going to be 30 seconds.
Did we just get Crash Lightning?
Yeah, you just finished it up.
Ooh,
that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah, for those of you at home, remember that's the... now, it prioritizes bouncing to heroes, so that's going to make Thrall do significantly more poke damage, even in lane or around the Mortal here.
Yeah, we
Tickle Me
got
Tassadar
Eric.
does.
Go ahead. No, please, you go.
No, my point's already invalid. This can't clear itself up top, so
Oh,
now the
okay.
team's just posturing around the immortal.
My point's invalid. I love it. Oh, big stun. Johanna has to pop unstoppable.
Yeah, she turns to use that Blessed Shield. They interrupt the Deckard, stay a while and listen. Kime's trying to get focused down, but that Urel is just too darn tanky inside that 40 armor.
Ring went down. Sundering went down. No kills, though.
Yep. Oh, Blaze overextends the jet propulsion there. He's getting bodied by the Diablo and company, and there he goes. Good body blocks there.
Yeah, well played. That was a 4v5, too. Because Urel was up in the top lane.
Yep.
So that allows Arrogant Nephalem to go ahead and start working on the Immortal.
Yeah, a lot of why they weren't able to deal with that 4v5 was they had invested all their resources in trying to burn down Kime, and just Urel was too tanky for them to finish off without 100% allocation of resources. And
Yeah.
they were wasted.
Urel's one of those heroes where you think you can kill her, you think you can kill her, and then no.
Yeah, I don't know how much you played with the new guy yet either, but Mal'Ganis is pretty strong too.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see that in competitive play.
Not till next season, though, I believe.
Yep. So we've still got Arrogant Nephalem poking at the Immortal. They have the lead, but we've got Tickle Me Tassadar at full strength, looking to push back in here.
16s are here on the side of Arrogant Nephalem, though, so they're not afraid to step up, and they're really taking this fight. Starfall's invested in the fight. Segatai getting dropped low, has to Shadow Charge.
Stay a while gets 4. Here's the lightning
there.
breath.
Li Ming just tried to teleport on top of Diablo, but she doesn't have that talent.
Diablo and Thrall are down, and that bunker was used really well. The Jaina ring didn't really do much there.
Yep, reset on Diablo's souls, but he's back now for the defense, and Bayonetta getting blasted in the back line by Kime, but Jaina goes down in the trade.
A lot of skirmishing going on. Let's see if Kime can escape. Nope, Urel is going to go down as well.
What a sweet jet propulsion. Good on you, Serenian.
Meanwhile, Arrogant Nephalem did pick up the Immortal. So Tickle Me Tassadar is going to have to fall back and defend.
Yeah, but they're up 4 heroes to 2, so they'll be able to clean that right on up. I'd kind of like to have seen them maybe even split one down to the bottom of the map, but I guess this fort's probably more valuable than that experience down there.
It looks like they might be able to save this fort.
Yeah,
yep.
Li Ming does a ton of Immortal burn. And the rest of their comp. That's what it's built to do.
Yeah, let's take a look again at that Li Ming build. So it is, as you mentioned, we've got hardcore missile with the mirror ball. That's going to be fantastic for working on the Immortal. Additional missiles heading to the shred.
Yeah, you know, I never thought about it, but the synergy between Seeker and Mirror Ball is kind of interesting. I thought it was all of the missiles had to hit, but it's 3, so you can hit 3 out of 5 to get that extra damage.
Yeah,
cute.
so you don't even have to hit them all. Yeah. Arrogant Nephalem grabs that bottom camp. Let's see what their plan is. They're heading to the top. They might be looking for a gank onto Blaze.
Yeah, in the comms right now, they should be, missing, but Serenian's not going to be able to make it out. It's going to be a dead Blaze. Pops the bunker, too. It's a long cooldown for you to stay dead.
Great interrupt, so he couldn't shimmy away, and down goes Blaze. And that's really good timing, because we've got Immortals in 24 seconds. Blaze, it will be up soon, but not in time for Tickle Me Tassadar to really get set up.
Yeah, that's great news for Arrogant Nephalem, because now they get to sit there, they get to invade, they get to team fight just like they want to do. They're licking their chops right now.
So we got nice timing by Arrogant Nephalem on picking up their camp.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
And they've got a 5v4 for a bit.
Yeah, another 20 seconds or so.
Are you surprised they are kind of taking his defensive posturing versus starting to get some shred in?
Yeah, if I were them, I'd have probably at least had like 4-1 type of split. But
maybe they were hoping for
safe.
a quick pick.
Yep. Now we've got the full 5 versus 5. All ults are available, so we should have an explosive team fight here in the near future.
Yep, Urel's still working on the Immortal. She'll probably be joining the rest of the team here pretty quickly. That camp did pick up that bottom fort for Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, good chunk of experience getting them towards level 20 here.
So,
yeah.
Tickle Me Tassadar seems a little hesitant. Guess they just want to go clean up that camp first, so they're going to have to wait until they get everybody back. They know they've got a lot of shred, though, so they have a little time window where they can, you know, play with. Because if they can get a pick or two here, they could easily still win this Immortal.
Oh, for sure. And they could even do it without getting a pick, but they really want to get it before 20, because they're way far behind in terms of the race to 20. They might find this Urel here, though, in the top lane. Yeah,
Ooh,
teammate popped the ult. Wasn't enough. Arrogant Nephalem didn't step very aggressively towards their Immortal. There's a stay a while and listen, top of right lightning breath.
There's the bunker. The Killadin. Beautiful stun.
Yeah, now they're just excellent focus out of Tickle Me Tassadar in that fight. They picked targets, executed them, and just kept chaining it through. Now they're going to absolutely get this Immortal. This Immortal should be a keep. And it probably won't be game, but it certainly is going to give them a huge advantage. Caught them up in the race to 20. Just
yeah,
tasty.
that was a really... I was just thinking. I was quiet because I was silently contemplating. That was a really beautiful play by Tickle Me Tassadar to go up and get that URL. That changed everything.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder, you know, why the URL went up there in the first place. Like, it seemed like they were maybe trying to stress their way up to 20, but they were already ahead in that race. Like, they could have just played patiently and waited.
Yeah, and just gotten the Immortal. Or at least been, you know, close in the battle for the Immortal.
Yep.
Alright, so big defense needed here for Arrogant Nephalem. They've got a full team and a half-shielded Immortal. Aiming for their top keep.
Yeah, remember that Immortal does do the stronger range attacks until the shield comes off.
Arrogant Nephalem just trying to kind of poke safely from behind their keep, which is now gone.
Huge stay a while and listen. Excellent Blessed Shield there by the Joanna, but there's going to be... Oh, 20 just wasn't quite there for Deckard. He didn't get the silence after the sleep.
Yep. Bunker is used, though. Shields are off of the core.
Yeah, and it's getting decimated.
Kime stunned on that URL. Huge ring. Oh, there's
Lightning Breath.
Lightning Breath.
Oh, Indestructible pops on Joanna. There is the cube to help finish off. And looks like they will have a successful defense here, though it is 33%. So now backdoor is a possibility for the rest of the game when you're having that gray main.
Yeah, because now that top lane is going to have constant pressure with those catapults. Always moving towards the core.
This was a 2-for-2 swap, or trade. I feel like Tickle Me Tassadar should have absolutely immediately rotated bottom and put more pressure on this bottom wall. At least gotten the wall, maybe even the keep. Instead, they're going to just kind of passively rotate up here to the camp. And I think that's a weak play from them.
That is fair, but they did get the core down to 33%. That was a really great Immortal round for them.
Yep, I expect to see Tickle Me Tassadar kind of make a token showing at the next Immortal and then sneak right down that top little corridor there and just try to 100% get the core. I think that's the play that's in the back of my mind if I'm them.
Let's see what they do. It looks like right now they're content just painting the map red, getting that pressure in all those lanes with these merc camps. Got Immortals in 15 seconds. And Tickle Me Tassadar getting aggressive. Moving way far into Arrogant Nephalem's territory of the map.
Yeah, but they could afford to. They have so much macro pressure. Oh, excellent Hellgate there by Diablo to get the hell out of dodge.
Alright, Immortals are up. Because they were pushed so far forward, Tickle Me Tassadar is in great position to just fall back and start shredding this Immortal.
Yeah, they're guaranteed this halftime show unless things go really sideways. And they've got catapults starting to build up on towards the core there.
All ultimates are up for Arrogant Nephalem.
I can't tell if Joanna has Indestructible up yet. I don't think so.
There's the ring. Sunder.
Oh, she did have it just barely in time. There's a
Stay a while.
Blaze the first to fall.
Tickle gets so low on Tyrande.
Oh, and he does get finished off. An excellent fight from Arrogant Nephalem, but yeah,
you're all going back. That was huge for Arrogant Nephalem. They take out 2. This is going to guarantee them this Immortal.
Yeah,
most likely.
Oh,
oh boy!
Oh, huge amount of health stolen back by that Cursed Shield Mist as well. Now you're in trouble if you're Tickle Me Tassadar. Are they gonna make it out? I think Joanna just sacrificed her for the good of the land.
Yeah, this should be a kill onto Johanna.
They do have a bit of a fort and a keep to go through, so as long as no one else dies, I think Tickle Me Tassadar can still, you know, be in this game with like a 70% core if things go well for them.
Yeah, I mean, because the Immortal's going to go top, and like you said, there's a fort still here. They still have to get through, you know, the entire keep wall and a keep, so probably won't be game unless Arrogant Nephalem is able to stagger some more deaths.
Chat's asking for talents again, if you could just pop those up real quick.
Absolutely.
So people get some 20s and stuff.
There we go, everybody.
Yeah, here comes the Immortal down the top lane. It's got a 50% shield and about 10,000 health.
Yeah, for a short time, Arrogant Nephalem does have a numbers advantage, 5v4.
Also, ignore me, it's 35,000 health. The pips on the health bar don't mean the same thing on an Immortal.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, the wall's down. The shield's off of the Immortal. It's still very healthy, though.
Yep, we do have all 5 members here of Tickle Me Tassadar in defense.
Keep is gonna fall. Now what? This is a key moment here, guys.
Yeah, if you're Arrogant Nephalem, you absolutely push for game. This is your last big chance.
Stay a while. Ring. Blizzard right on top of Greymane.
Yeah, he gets dumpstered, and health bars are super low on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar. Looks like Tyrande gets cleaned up, and Joanna, that's going to be GG.
That was a huge sundering by Thrall there to ensure those couple of kills, those last couple of kills. Wow!
Yeah. Oh, that was tough if you're Tickle Me Tassadar, but just so many very well executed fights after Arrogant Nephalem got 10. It got tough.
It really did. Tickle Me Tassadar was playing fantastic, and then Arrogant Nephalem, you know, they have this ability to turn a team fight at the very end of the game and just kind of turn it around no matter, you know, how bad it looks for them.
Yeah, and you know, that's 2 things. That's staying calm under pressure, and that's just excellent team coordination. And I think they definitely showed both of those. They were on their back foot for the first 2/3 of that game and really just powered through by relying on one another and chaining their abilities together in a very spectacular way.
Yeah. Looking at the stats real quick before we start talking about the next game. So it was 18-14, so pretty even in the kills.
Yeah.
We see, you know, Yrel did do a ton of siege damage. And Thrall, yeah, lots of hero damage. Well played by both teams, though, for sure.
Yeah, Arrogant Nephalem's always talking up Dak, and Dak showed up. In terms of pure numbers, maybe not kills, but just impressive damage output and CC chain.
Yeah, definitely. 2 really solid comps. That was fun.
Yeah, and that went about, like, if you showed me these 2 teams in a vacuum and I didn't know which team was which, but you told me they were 2 pretty even teams, this game went about as predicted. 4 drafts like this. The Immortal Race team had a very good early game advantage because they had that advantage racing the Immortal, getting an objective and snowballing it. But they had trouble finishing out the game in those late game team fights where 1 kill really just makes a difference.
Yeah. Let me update the score real quick while I'm thinking about it here. Arrogant Nephalem takes a 1-0 lead. All right, so Tickle Me Tassadar has decided to defer the map pick over to Arrogant Nephalem, and it looks like we're going to be heading to Tomb of the Spider Queen as our next map. And that'll be the pick of Arrogant Nephalem.
So yeah, we'll definitely see a different draft style from Tickle Me Tassadar. And they've shown that in the past. In other games I've cast by them, they when they play Battlefield of Eternity, they definitely draft this more race style comp. When they move to other maps, they've got, you know, a more map specific comp as well. But I think the highlights will still be, you know, emphasis on Joanna or Diablo for them. Bickle just plays whatever support he wants.
I noticed when I was doing a little bit of research on Tickle Me Tassadar that they like Jaina a lot, which is a hero Arrogant Nephalem loves, you know, that we just actually saw them play, but she's really strong on this map, so we might see that as a really early pick for one of the teams.
Yeah, I got a couple TMT drafts here. I guess I'll hold off on this juicy information until we're more into the draft.
You don't want to give away any secrets quite yet.
Yeah, quite yet. I mean, it's not that I don't think Arrogant Nephalem has, you know, done their research too. They probably have, but just in case they haven't, and someone's, you know, chilling watching the stream like people usually do, I don't want to give them a freebie.
Speaking of the stream, welcome once again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the Div C West Finals between Arrogant Nephalem and Tickle Me Tassadar. We've got a 1-0 lead for Arrogant Nephalem right now. We're heading to Tomb of the Spider Queen. What do you think Tickle Me Tassadar needs to do to turn this around on this particular map?
It's gonna be they have to show up in team fights. I think that was their shortcoming last game, and you know, I can't snap my fingers and make them better at it. But I think, you know, I think they'll have, just by nature of the map and drafting for the map, they'll have a bit better of a skirmishy team fighty comp, and that might be enough to make a difference.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Like I said, with the hero crossover, I noticed Tickle Me Tassadar does have some kind of interesting heroes they like Zeratul. I've seen that they've played Zeratul quite a bit, and Genji. You could see some heroes like that, and then of course you've got the mages. Both of these teams really like Jaina. So good. Wave clear is so important on this map.
Yeah, I definitely expect Genji to be a contested pick here. That's one of the heroes I have down as one of Deck Killian's specialties. And Shiba also rips the Genji when Shiba can get it. So expect that to be picked or banned early.
Like we've got our teams in. I'm going to check real quick if they are ready.
Also, shout out to Mongoose for the raid. Big boy, 15-person raid. Welcome.
Yes. Hello, Mongoose. Thank you so much. And hello, all of the Mongoose fans. We're happy to have you here with us. All right, so we'll give the teams just a second. Let us know whether they're ready or not. So, chat, what do you guys think? Do you think that Tickle Me Tassadar is going to be able to turn this around and take game 2? And looks like we're ready.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out.
Yeah. I can answer that question while we wait for chat to show up, and I think they absolutely have a shot at it. One hero I'm seeing here in a couple of the Tickle Me Tassadar Tomb of the Spider Queen drafts is a lot of emphasis onto the Sonya. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that first banned or first picked.
The bunker worked out really well for them. Even though they lost the last game, you could see that they were able to use that really well to kind of counterplay some of Arrogant Nephilim's blow ups that they were trying to pull off. So
yeah, it was better early though. I feel like it was Arrogant Nephilim either started to play around it or Blaze started to panic, but it definitely didn't get the same amount of value late in the game. You know, we saw a couple where they were dropped in weird spots or just not quite in the team fight.
Yeah, you're right. Earlier. It was better earlier in the game. Yep. I definitely agree. So the Asmo, of course, on Tomb of the Spider Queen is going to get banned.
Yeah, you got to ban that. 100%.
For Asmo. And then the Kerrigan.
Yeah, I think, yeah, if you don't ban the Asmon in here, you're absolutely looking to first pick it. And if you're second pick and you don't ban it, you're going to get rolled. Like, I think it's that simple. He's that strong on this map. And
Tickle Me Tassadar does not want to deal with Whitemane.
Yeah, they're sticking to their guns. It's the same bans as first game. We'll see if Arrogant Nephilim swaps to a Sonya ban here, or maybe a Joanna ban, or if they're just gonna... I guess if they ban Joanna, we'll probably see a first pick Diablo, so it's not the safest ban. See what they rip here.
Yeah, I'm very curious as well. Maiev.
Back to Stats of the Storm. Do I see a Maiev?
Yeah, I hadn't written down Maiev as one that Tickle Me Tassadar had played a lot, but that doesn't mean that they don't ever play it.
Yeah. According to Stats of the Storm, it's not something they've leaned on hard, so maybe it was a surprise thing that they saw recently. I don't know. First pick Joanna, though. Getting Old Pro on his most comfortable tank.
Yeah. Do you think we might see a Diablo pickup here, or do you think Arrogant Nephilim will wait on that till a little later? Like they'll wait?
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see as strong of a pattern for Arrogant Nephilim feeling like they had to have Diablo, whereas Old Pro it was like, is Joanna available? Pick it. Otherwise, Diablo.
Yeah.
And otherwise, cry.
But Diablo's so fun on this map. All those walls.
True. Yeah, almost as many as Infernal Shrines. And Teus in the chat is calling Arrogant Nephilim here.
Yeah, I was just reading the chat. I was laughing at what Mongoose was saying. Hey, Div C hype, more likely Div B fans than Mongoose fans, is what he says. But he's such a humble guy, you know? It is going to be Deckard and Jaina added to that Johanna for Tickle Me Tassadar. That's looking pretty solid.
That looks like a team fight in a package right there, you know? Suck them together with Joanna, all kinds of CC follow-up with Deckard, and then Jaina just drops a heaven's worth of damage on him.
Yeah. And the Blaze is going to be manned out by Arrogant Nephilim. I don't think they like dealing with that too much.
I'm torn on that, because that either tells me that they don't see that Sonya's a heavy preference on this map, or, you know, maybe they have some kind of crazy wombo combo coming, but I don't see the tools there quite yet.
I think that's a nice ban. Ragnaros is a hero that Arrogant Nephilim plays a lot. Oh, wow.
All right, quick pivot and draft. What do you do to deal with the Cho'Gall? Do they invest in the percentage damage and try to kill the Cho'Gall? I think that's typically a mistake unless you're like already really good at those heroes. But they don't have a dive-centric comp, and they might just have to fall back to that, you know, Tychus and Leoric style draft.
Yep. Yeah, Tychus wouldn't be bad. It's going to be Greymane Leoric, so they are going that route, just with the Greymane instead of the Tychus.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Ana.
Sold. I think this is going to be a tough game for Tickle Me Tassadar. I think they'll have trouble. They've invested in dealing with the Cho'Gall, but they don't have anything to finish the Cho'Gall. And now unless they execute their combos to, you know, perfection, they're gonna press a bunch of buttons, and Cho'Gall is gonna go to 10% health, and then everyone's gonna die on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, and they don't really have the CC to deal with him either, because I know that's another thing that teams can do. You know, they can try to CC the Cho'Gall and get a quick kill, like on the healer, or maybe on the Gul'dan, but they don't really have the ability to take Cho'Gall out of the battle, really.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I would have done if I were Tickle Me Tassadar in that draft. I would have said, Joanna, you're now our solo laner. We draft a noob as our main tank. We put Cho'Gall in the box and kill Gul'dan and maybe Anna. Like that's how you win the game.
Yeah.
I think this is now you've had to adjust your draft to deal with the draft you already saw from your opponents, and you're like kind of pigeonholed into heroes you're maybe not the most comfortable on or not the most prepared for on this map. So hopefully it works out for them, but I don't have high hopes.
Well, we shall see if they are able to deal with the Cho'Gall coming out of Arrogant Nephalem. So let's look at our teams. Arrogant Nephalem, we've got Trey playing Gul'dan. The Cho'Gall is going to be Dakilidin on Cho and Kime on the Gall, Null Pointer playing Ana, and Segatai on Yrel.
Yep, and on the right side in the red, we've got Tickle Me Tassadar, Bickle on the Deckard, Leoric is Serenian, Old Pro on the Joanna, Shiba on the Jaina, and Bayonetta. And
I got scared for a second, then I realized it was a
yeah.
joke.
Thought he said pick the wrong hero. I was like, yeah, we can't read it.
I'm like, what? Yeah. Anyway, everyone, here we go. Pulling up the talents real quick. It is going to be that Echoed Corruption stacking quest for the Gul'dan. And how much do you know about Cho'Gall, Cody?
Well, I know a lot about Cho'Gall. When I played on Guy's Gems, that was one of our main comps, just rip the Cho'Gall and playing on the team, not knowing how to deal with it. And it turns out frequently that is the case.
All right, so what do you think from what you're seeing from these initial talents?
It looks fairly normal. He got slightly reworked after my most expertise to him, but I think it makes sense. Get the vision so your Cho'Gall or someone rotating with a Cho'Gall doesn't get ganked. Just the baseline healing. The biggest thing is there's a spike at 4 where you start getting the rollback on the ball and the quest gets the stacks. And then like at 10 you get the ult. 16 used to be an absurd power spike when he had the Unstoppable on the Surging Fist. Now he doesn't have that. But there's not a whole lot of hard CC to stop him from doing Surging Fist. You know, it's pretty much just Joanna's 2 stuns. So that's another reason they're going to struggle to deal with the Cho'Gall, because he'll just heal up, 30% of his health or whatever.
Oh, we just missed a kill down in the bottom lane on Yrel. Looks like they doubled up with the Greymane and the Leoric there to get that kill.
Yep, and that's step 1. That's a great macro rotation from them, knowing they're going to have trouble contesting the 4-man with all the crazy poke of Cho'Gall. But 2, knowing that one of the best ways to deal with the Cho'Gall is to just out macro him, because you have, a big dumb bruiser and a big dumb mage stapled together. So if you are in more places than them, that's how you end up getting the game in your grasp.
Right. Alright, so we got Segatai back on the Yrel in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Gul'dan was down there too, so, rotations broke down a bit, and now you have Tickle Me Tassadar ahead in the experience.
And a little bit ahead in the gems as well.
Yeah.
And in fact, Old Pro trying to get an 18 was not able to.
Yep, I do like that they're keeping all the gems on Cho'Gall, being that he's probably the hardest to kill. But that also is your, fattest health pool, so he won't be able to zone for himself while he's turning in.
Well, Pro did get 21 gems in there, so that was well done by Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, they got the extra wave clear on Joanna at 4 now, so they're going to be really good at sucking up these waves and moving on to the next one, keeping them preferably out of range of the Cho'Gall's pokes.
Cho'Gall holding 29. Gonna try to sneak those in here. Looks like Dakime is gonna make it.
Late with the flashlight, couldn't spook him away from the turn-in.
We've got turn-in just 2 gems away for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yep, and so they grabbed the spell camp. That's going to give them some macro pressure that Arrogant Nephalem will have to deal with on the map, and as soon as they see a reaction to that, they'll try to sneak a turn in, get the first web fever of the game, and try to snowball themselves ahead before Cho'Gall really gets tough to deal with.
I really like this early game from Tickle Me Tassadar. I think they're playing this really well right now.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they have to deal with the Cho'Gall. And huge condemn combo there by the Joanna.
Oh,
Puts out
nice
a bunch of
root.
blizzard damage. No pointer and trade, barely get away.
So we do have those red web weavers coming in for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, and still some of a spell camp there. It looks like it just finally got cleaned up mid. But they have 7, so they can push at will with this until Cho'Gall catches 7.
Yeah, looks like Arrogant Nephalem is going to clear up this middle spider quickly, and then probably head up top to fight for their fort.
Yep, any damage here that comes on top lane is good damage, because this is where you ultimately want to win the game on this map, most likely. You know, the primary victory condition is just run them over with web weavers or, you know, somehow kill them all and win the game. But a secondary one is take that boss, which rumbles down the top lane and can really open up a victory condition for you there. So this is good damage.
So they get the wall in front of the fort there. In the bottom, they got the wall as well. And in the middle, working on those 2 towers there. And we did lose Yrel once again.
So they're pointing out in chat something. This is a different URL player than last game. Last game, I think it was Kime. So
yep.
This could just be discomfort on URL in general.
Yeah, that's a good point. That we'll see it maybe played a little bit differently. But you're right. Yeah, that could be just kind of shifting to make room for the Cho'Gall and maybe not quite as comfortable as a pick.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes.
Which almost makes me wonder if they switch drafts mid draft. You know, they like were looking for one style comp and then realized there wasn't any dive on Tickle Me Tassadar and tried to swap into the Cho'Gall.
Right, like maybe they weren't planning the Cho'Gall right from the beginning, but they saw the opportunity and went for it.
Yep.
That makes sense. So we do have Tickle Me Tassadar getting real aggressive here in the middle lane. They're not far from 10.
Yeah, they have a pretty commanding hold in this game. There is a tournament available for Arrogant Nephalem, but I think Tickle Me Tassadar should have no problem denying them as long as they don't take a bunch of stupid rotations in a row.
Showing the talents again for those of you interested.
Ooh, me, pick me. Wizened Duelist on the Grey Mane, which he's still got 0 stacks of, even though we're at level 10. Other than that, everything looks fairly standard.
Entomb Ring, that's going to be scary. Of course, we got the Cursed Bullet. That was expected to use on the Cho'Gall.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about that, though. Because, again, that's, like, even more investing into we have to push all of our buttons all at once to kill the Cho'Gall, then back off, then, like, recharge, and then finish the fight. Go for the Throat's like a tool where you can start to pressure the Cho'Gall, and all of a sudden, bam, you're in the back line, you delete that Gul'dan, or you delete that Anna that's keeping the Cho'Gall so frustratingly alive.
Oh yeah, it's a good point. You can take out the healer.
Bring a Frost. Oh my gosh, all kinds of damage. Excellent CC combo there from the side of Tickle Me Tassadar. They take down Anna, they take down... Well, I thought they were going to take down Anna.
Anna's gonna live! And Old Pro...
Oh,
we got a counter kill onto Johanna. Jaina in danger as well. Cho'Gall getting a little too deep though.
Yeah, that Cursed Bullet really... Again, there's the whole thing though, right? There's no one to finish him. He gets down to that 25% health, but all your buttons are on cooldown and you just kind of watch him waddle away. It's really frustrating.
I can tell that you've had experience with this. I can hear it in your voice, the passion. So this is a really nice push for Tickle Me Tassadar. We've got the bottom web weavers pushing on the keep wall there. Top fort down. Now Tickle Me Tassadar moving in on this middle fort with all 5 members.
Yep.
We do have the heroics. It's gonna be Horrify.
Big upheaval there, lands on a couple. Serenian gets caught in deep and just getting absolutely hit, but he sucks a bunch of health out of Cho'Gall. It looks like he might even make it out.
Wow, he did. I thought Serenian was going down for sure on Leoric.
Yeah, he had that tether though.
Out.
Will there be another flashlight here for Dekime? It's going to be a cube instead, but that gets the job done. Remind me, is it 13 or 16 that Cho'Gall gets the silence on the ball?
I thought it was 16, but I honestly I don't really play Cho'Gall, so
yeah.
I'm sure someone from chat knows, but we've got that 2-minute delay, so by the time they hear it, we'll probably know.
Yeah. For some reason, my head tells me it's 13, but that also feels wrong. So I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But that silence is a huge game changer.
Let's look at what we got going on for gems. So look at all the gems that Arrogant Nephalem has that they just can't turn them in.
Yeah, they really... Oh, Gul'dan getting rotated on top. You might be in trouble. Has to pop Horrify to get rid of Jaina. Bickle stepping forward, gonna tell him a little bit of a story.
I think this might be bye-bye Gul'dan.
Oh,
no!
Bayonetta messed up.
Anna saves Gul'dan, and they actually kill Deckard.
Yeah, I'm mad at Bayonetta. That should have... Bayonetta's sitting there holding that Cursed Bullet, only ever wants to use it on Cho'Gall, and that was 100% of time. That should have been Cursed Bullet into the Greymane combo, and then you kill the Gul'dan easily, 100%. Yeah. But he held it, waiting for Cho'Gall value.
Meanwhile, we do have blue Web Weavers coming out. Let's see if Arrogant Nephalem is able to make up a little bit of ground here. They're way behind in structures.
Yep, the ball quest at level 4 almost done for Kime there. We've got Echoed Corruption still a long way from done. Jaina's not quite Ice Block yet, still only halfway there.
I didn't get much done in the top lane with that Web Weaver. They got most of the walls, still a tower up though.
Yep, it's catching up a little bit in experience, but they're still a level down. But Cho'Gall keeps scaling and scaling into the late game. He's really tough to deal with once you get 20.
Good point. We still have another turn-in available, actually, for Arrogant Nephalem. They have a full turn-in on Cho'Gall alone.
Oh my gosh, that's convenient. And they're going to get it right here, I think. Maybe not. Moment so tense.
I know! We're like silent, waiting to see what's going to happen.
Stepped very far forward, invested Blessed Shield. Now we have Upheaval and Ring of Frost used. All the health bars dropping super low on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar. Sheba's the first to fall. There's the Entomb. Deckard Cain, oh my gosh, 3 kills. 3 for 2 here in favor of Tickle Me Tassadar. And the team Segatai in deep. Looks like he might make it out of the
great
wall.
job by Segatai to pick up all those gems. Look at that.
Oh my
all
gosh.
70 sitting on Urel.
Super clutch, but now there's a turn-in on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar, and they're going to get Web Weavers, finish off that mid-fort. And I'd like to see them push bottom hard right here, I think.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, all of the ultimates are down for Arrogant Nephalem. I mean, they will have everybody back up to defend, but they're not going to have those combos available.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but Serenian delayed the turn-in to make sure his team could pick up the spell camp for mid, so they can push hard on mid with that.
Yeah, that's a great heads-up play.
Yeah, and now they're pushing out mid as far as they can get it to go. There's going to be Web Weavers all starting across the mid line, which is great.
Be careful, you're holding 76 gems.
Yeah. So why I wanted pressure in the bottom lane is because I want to make Arrogant Nephalem rotate as far away from top as I can. Such that then when the Web Weavers fall, I can go to boss and steal it before they can rotate to me. Even with 16 advantage here, it looks like they're going to put all their eggs in the top lane basket. Try to take that down, and they have the talent advantage to do it as long as they focus their fire.
Yep, showing the talents real quick for everybody. And yeah, Tickle Me Tassadar, all business. They really want this top keep. Let's see if they can pull it off.
There's just so much wave clear from that Gul'dan. There's a huge wave, and then it was gone.
Yeah, look at that Web Weaver dropped so quickly.
Yeah. All right, Tickle Me Tassadar. You got to move boss now, not later. Now. Ugh. Bob Web Weaver about to fall.
Let's see if they hear you or not.
Oh, I don't think they're too late.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to Make a play there. So now we've got almost 2 turn-ins for Arrogant Nephalem. They're going to be really scary in the late game if they're able to do back-to-back turn-ins.
Yeah, I'm worried for Tickle Tassadar. That was their ticket to just win this game, and they let that one go. Not to say they can't win still, but
Oh yeah.
now
Okay.
they have to find this Urel, take her out away from the team. It's gonna be hard.
Tickle Me Tassadar still has the talent advantage just for a very tiny amount of time window here.
Oh my gosh, they did sneak that just in time. I was gonna say, pick a fight even talent tier on their side spell camp is not the dream I had for them. Urel just barely gets out due to that Divine Steed pickup at 7.
So what do you do here if you're Tickle Me Tassadar? They don't have turn in. They can't really go after the boss. You just kind of
Now you wait.
Push out the lanes as much as you can and try to keep Arrogant Nephalem from turning in, I guess.
Yeah, I think you don't even really want to push the lane, right? You want to somehow force it so that the lane pushes back towards you, so you can more safely get experience.
They've got a nice natural push with this Mercamp going in the bottom.
Yep. So maybe once you see a big response to that, you try to sneak boss, but they seem split on whether or not they're going to do that. Yeah, but they didn't do it. Now they were going to do it.
Now they're
Greymane's
going.
late party, and he's all of their damage.
Oh wow. Can Arrogant Nephalem get up here in time?
I
don't
know.
Think they're not heading that way. I think that
Arrogant
Tassadar is gonna pull this off. Yeah.
They have so many gems. You know, you get the one turn in, you kind of equalize the lane pressure, should help you deal with this boss, and then you snowball the second one off that. And that's kind of Arrogant Nephalem's ticket back into this game to get caught up to 20 and really start to pull ahead if they can.
Yeah, so they could use this Web Weaver to help take out this boss. Maybe save the keep?
I think
they won't save the bottom keep, though, I don't think.
That is true.
Here comes Tickle Me Tassadar. They are hungry.
Serenian has that Entomb, not going to invest it in the Urel since she can just jump on out of that since 20's not here yet.
And they didn't stay to get that keep. They went ahead and backed out.
Oh boy, chase is on. Cho'Gall stepping forward. He pops his Twilight, or what's it called? Twisting Nether.
Twisting Nether, and here we go. Arrogant Nephalem. They want to turn this around.
Yeah, gotta be careful with your position here. You know, Cho'Gall's just waiting for that chance to use Upheaval, rip everyone into the team, Horrify, scatter them, and then they'll pick who they want to kill, get the kills, and go. Bottom keep fell, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was super low, and they were able to get Arrogant Nephalem to, you know, move up toward that top lane and leave it exposed.
Yeah, that was good. Bottom lane, probably the second most valuable lane on this map, just because it will require constant attention now from Arrogant Nephalem. They'll have to keep rolling bottom to clear out those catapults. Serenian's stuck in deep here now, though. Gets that silence from Cho'Gall, which was at 16.
Oops, stasis on Cho'Gall. Serenian's gonna fall.
Blessed Shield comes out after the Entomb. They're really trying hard to kill the Cho'Gall, but they don't have quite the damage. Gonna sleep the Urel. If they had any buttons left to kill the Urel, they could dump her gems, but now Old Pro stuck in the blender.
That was a beautiful fear on the Jaina. She actually got feared way out of position. I think if a couple other members of Arrogant Nephalem had moved up to engage her, they might have been able to take out the Jaina there. They are going to get the middle fort. Blue Web Weavers are coming down again.
Yep, 20s are here, but there's a couple catapults in that bot lane. Looks like we will have Arrogant Nephalem clean those up to make room for their Web Weavers.
Yeah, looks like they just kind of want to open this map up a little bit.
Yeah, they need to. 20s are here. if they get caught in a fight, this is like the last big chance for Tickle Me Tassadar to flat win the game easily. But they aren't really posturing like they want to. Oh, here we go. That Buried Alive could be huge if it lands on Cho'Gall. Keep an eye on the Leoric. Or if he lands it on anyone besides Yrel, honestly.
So Arrogant Nephalem picks up the bottom fort. They've got a Web Weaver about to start working on the top fort, and Arrogant Nephalem is all headed up to the top lane right now.
Yeah, I don't... It just was not aggressive enough from Tickle Me Tassadar. That was super passive. Now we're a half level away from 20, and I really want to see Leoric looking for that Entomb that's going to win the game. And he's just kind of playing passively, chilling around.
Yeah, they're losing a little bit of their window of opportunity here, because as you said, Arrogant Nephalem about to hit 20.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where I criticize teams all the time for, where this looks like they have a bit of a lead, and they're playing not to lose rather than playing to win. And I think that's just something you can go back and watch yourself and just pick out times where you can, you know, reasonably expect to put good pressure on a team and try to put the game away.
Not quite enough gems for another turn-in, but Arrogant Nephalem gets all their gems in. They're only 10 away.
Serenian spooking around the back line. I heard a Cursed Bullet. Here comes the upheaval, shoving Old Pro in way super deep. Ring of Frost comes out, whiffs.
There's a fear.
Onto the Jaina. Ice Block comes out from the Cho'Gall.
Their tank is so low that Johanna can't really go back in. Oh, wow. They picked up the Cho'Gall. That's huge for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, ginormous.
And they actually are going to get a turn in here. This is scary, although Cho'Gall will be up again in 15 seconds.
Yep, they took that level 20 talent where if he does die, it's only half a death. But it's still rough to be down 5 versus 3. What is this rotation?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure that out too. Okay, so it looks like they... Not sure what they're going to do here. They thinking they're gonna end? They're posturing that way now.
They are, and I think that's maybe a mistake. Although one Entomb is all it takes. If you can get that on the Gul'dan there. Again, he's not stepping far enough forward to get it.
Oh, there's an Entomb on Cho'Gall.
Here come the buttons. Oh, it's enough!
Oh!
Cho'Gall falls, and now we are looking at absolutely a GG. He gets that level 20 talent value where he can stand around as a spooky ghost and cast out spells, but it's not going to matter. Core shields are falling.
Yeah, not looking good for Arrogant Nephalem. Can Tickle Me Tassadar pull this off and tie up the series?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thought absolutely. There it goes.
Yeah, there we go.
They did find an old man and a spoopy skeleton, but it was not enough to save the core.
All right, well, we've got a series now, Cody.
Yeah, we do. I don't think Arrogant Nephalem goes back to the Cho'Gall game 3. I think they've learned their lesson.
Yeah, are you kind of surprised? Because I know you weren't thrilled with Tickle Me Tassadar's kind of strategy with dealing with the Cho'Gall.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with it at first, but they played the map, they got the macro advantage they needed, they turned it into a bottom keep, and then they found that team fight at the end that worked out. So good on them, you know, they beat the odds, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we had 10 kills to 7, you know, a little lower kill game, and it's still pretty even though.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Let me update the score, everyone. So we've got 1-1 now, Arrogant Nephalem, Tickle Me Tassadar. So we're coming down to game 3, which will decide it all. Let's see where we're gonna
I'm gonna go grab water real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll hold down the fort. So what did you guys think of that game? That was pretty awesome, right? Let's take a look at chat. Heal Nano is amusing, says Knight 725. Of course, with the 2-minute delay, I can see everybody's reaction to how the game ended, so that's always fun. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start checking with the teams to see where we're gonna go next. All right. Welcome back. That was fast.
Yep, kitchen's not super far away.
I'm checking with Arrogant Nephalem right now. It looks like they do want the first hero pick. So the next map will be picked by Tickle Me Tassadar. Letting him know. Sorry for the typing sounds, guys.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Let's see. Other than that, though,
Spoopy time, says Dazzling Grazzle.
Spoopy
time!
Yep, thanks for tuning in, Miles. Good to see you in chat.
Alright, so I have breaking news. And that is that we're going to Infernal Shrines for the final game of the match.
Well, we've seen... Yeah, Diablo's just really good here. I expect to see him picked by one of the teams for sure.
Yeah. Maybe banned, but probably picked. Alright, I'm just gonna get the teams invited. So what do you think, Cody? Like, they've seen two games so far. What do you think is gonna happen here?
I think Arrogant Nephalem absolutely goes back to a team fight comp and just tries to pick fights and win fights. And if they do that, I think Tickle Me Tassadar will have his trouble winning this game. I think they've showed that as maybe a flaw in their past too. Is their MO is just play extraordinarily passively and try to force the other team to beat themselves maybe. And I don't know if they'll be able to do that against Arrogant Nephalem successfully.
Yeah, they've been a lot more solid in team fights than I expected. I feel like Tickle Me Tassadar, they really sustain well in their fights.
True. But that's as much by draft as anything, right? They're picking like more pokey, more. Well, I don't know. The last fight was a little more all in because they had to, because they were choosing to try to blow up. Pardon me, the Cho'Gall.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't think we see Cho'Gall again here. I think we see Arrogant Nephalem move back towards a more meta, or at least for them, meta draft, and see a variance, see an Illidan, or not Illidan, Genji, or
that would be Illidan would be a big surprise.
That would be a surprise. Ooh, let's see. I don't know. Infernal Shrines. Let's see. Tickle Me Tassadar. Okay. I imagine Kerrigan will still be banned. Tickle Me Tassadar. Yeah, they
and Asmodan will, I'm sure, be banned.
Oh well. Yeah, Asmodan. Yeah.
Getting the teams invited. Everyone.
I assume if they have Johanna available, they'll still pick it, but they have shown Diablo here after a Johanna ban, as well as Serenian on the Sonya. Let me pull up Arrogant Nephalem. Give me just a second. And let's see, they like Ragnaros here. They like Gul'dan. They definitely like the Deckard when they can get it. They've got a lot of different drafts for Infernal Shrines, it looks like.
Yeah, and I know that Arrogant Nephalem, they like Johanna a lot as well. Yeah, exactly. It might be something, since they have first pick again, and they've seen how high Tickle Me Tassadar prioritizes Johanna. Maybe that's something they pick up with their first pick.
Yeah, just for the record, they do have a game, they being Arrogant Nephalem, do have a game where they played an Illidan on Infernal Shrines. They lost that game, though, so I don't really expect to see it here.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're just about ready. Just waiting for one last player.
See a lot of Malthael picks for Arrogant Nephalem, which we haven't seen yet in the series, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that, and I think he's good in the team fights. I think he, sets people up and then got the 1 kill in the last rites. And I think that might be something to keep an eye on in the shaft.
Yeah, I'd love to see some Malthy. I've always really liked that hero.
Yeah, he's super neat. I'm terrible at melee heroes, but the dream is fun.
For sure. So if you're just joining us, first of all, welcome. This is the Div C West Finals, and we've got a very close match going on. We've got a 1-1 between Arrogant Nephalem and Tickle Me Tassadar. And we're going to Shrines. So let's see. Looks like the teams are ready. So let's jump in and see what's going to happen here. Who's going to represent the West?
Ghost Dunk is hosting you, and he's trying to spam emotes in your chat. And your Nightbot's yelling
and he got in trouble.
Good Ghost Dunk for host, bad Ghost Dunk for spamming emotes.
Sorry, Ghost Dunk. I still love you.
Alrighty, Infernal Shrines, we have Arrogant Nephalem with first pick, and they're going to stick to their guns, banning the Kerrigan.
Yeah, that's smart. And here comes Asmoban. Boom.
Oh, let's see. What else? We're going to have a white main ban, and I forget who they've been drafting, or banning second here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they switched it. They respect banned. Yeah, the Blaze.
Do you think that Signals are going to go for that kind of Jaina blow-up comp, maybe, and they don't want that Blaze messing up their plans?
Maybe. Also, no Rag ban, so we might see Rag in one of these first couple picks. I think it's mostly just solo lane is... There's, a couple heroes that are really good at it, and Blaze is one of them, and Tickle Me Tassadar shown to be adept at Blaze, so just get rid of it, kind of limit their solo lane pool.
There's the first part of their combo with the Jaina being picked up by Arrogant Nephalem.
True that.
So we got to see the Johanna here, right? From Alex Strassa and Johanna. Okay.
Yeah, good call. And yeah, I expect probably Diablo and Genji would be probably my draft picks here. Or Ragnaros, right. I forgot about... I said it earlier and I already forgot about the Ragnaros. I was just totally wrong, though.
So we've got Arrogant Nephalem really going all in on the URL tonight. This is the third game with that URL.
Yep, I expect that to be Kime back on the URL. He seemed to play that pretty well. I don't know. There were some weird rotations from the other URL player, Saga. Yeah.
Ooh, no Diablo.
So now you're looking more like Garrosh, who struggles around the shrine because he might accidentally throw the little skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a Nubarak, who really needs more of a divey comp with him, and you don't have that here. Or he just has to play really weirdly until 20, where he gets the rewind. So that kind of...
What about Muradin?
Yep, that's absolutely who I was going to say. I think unless there's a boatload of melee that comes out here from Tickle Me Tassadar, I think Muradin's the pick.
And yeah, that is a hero that Arrogant Nephalem has played. It's not one of their favorite tanks, looks like, but they have played the Garrosh as well, so you're right, that could be an option. They got rid of the Grey Mane.
Yeah, I like Muradin significantly more on this one.
Okay, so clearly last game, Arrogant Nephalem knew something we didn't know, because here comes that Maiev that we never saw Tickle Me Tassadar play.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right, final two picks. We're looking at healer tank, and we're expecting probably Muradin Deckard.
So it begins.
It's gonna be that
Garrosh.
Garrosh. Okay.
I'm just curious who they're looking to combo then here, though, because like Kael'thas, if he's in range of the Garrosh, that's Kael'thas' fault, and Maiev has the blink escape, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Maiev seems like a pretty good pickup. I mean, you've got, Garrosh and Yrel and Ragnaros like up there real close, and it's going to be ETC. So they're going in ETC and a Johanna for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Huh.
Okay.
That's curious. So I'm kind of curious what they'll do in the solo lane. If they'll do like a stage dive ETC, or if they'll be more in line with the Joanna playing the blind talent that gives her the wave clear after 4 and just sticking her off in the solo lane where she'll be really hard to gank.
Yeah, although the ETC mosh pit with the Maiev ult would be pretty good too. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll have to see kind of what they're thinking there.
There's not a lot of melee though. Well, I guess you do have Rag.
I keep saying that, but people keep saying Rag's ranged, Rag's ranged.
I mean, he'll probably go meatball build, but I don't think he's still got to kind of get in there if he wants to do his thing.
Yeah.
All right, which draft do you like better?
Gosh. You know, I think I'm going to go with Arrogant Nephalem just because I'm not sure about the ETC and the Johanna. But only barely, right? I mean, it all comes down to the execution.
Yep, they've got a hell of a front line, but I don't know if they'll have the finish ability in fights.
Yeah. So let's introduce our team. So here we go into game 3. Final game here, guys. This is for all the marbles. We've got Trabe on the Jaina, the Killadin on Ragnaros, Kime on Yrel, Null Pointer playing the Deckard, and Segatai on Garrosh.
Yeah, winner of this game plays a variety of geometric shapes in the Div C final. On the red here, we've got Bickle on Alex Jaza, Serenian on ETC, Old Pro on Joanna, Shiba on Kael'thas, and Bayonetta on Maiev.
All right. All team members come into the center to skirmish it out.
Yeah, we do have Naisha's Memento on Maiev. I have been seeing a lot of the Bind quest.
Ooh. Brave got in a little trouble on Jaina, but is able to back out. So Garrosh is another one of those heroes similar to Yrel, that you think you're gonna kill, but you never can.
Yeah, there's no percentage damage, I believe, on the side of Tickle Me Tassadar, except for I guess the 8% flame strikes on Kael'thas. So it would be tough to get that big boy down.
Yeah, so they've got a pretty tough front line between the Yrel and the Garrosh.
Kind of an interesting macro decision here out the gate from Tickle Me Tassadar. They rotated 2 top to bully on Yrel a little bit, and now find themselves behind in the rotation's bottom, so Arrogant Nephalem will pick up the first camp of the game.
Yep, so we've got, let's look at the talents real quick. This is going to be the Mana Addict for Kael'thas. That's par for the course these days.
Yeah, Convection is only if you're a madman in quick play.
It's so exciting, though. That would have been intense.
It is, but it's like, I don't know, the numbers just don't work out. It's very strong mid-game, but it falls off again in the late game, whereas Mana Addict just keeps you going. If he does get thrown by this Garrosh, once he has it, it's super strong too. Yeah,
that's a good point. And KT is he just drains mana really quickly with his abilities, so it's nice to have that extra mana.
Yeah, you might want to take a peek. I know I'm 2 minutes behind in the stream, but it looks like our cameras might still be on.
Oh, yep, thank you.
Cool.
You are right.
Yeah, we do have slight experience lead for Arrogant Nephalem. I think that's just as a result of the weird rotation early from Tickle Me Tassadar. Other than in the camp they picked up as a result of it. And then that, both teams are 4, and they're looking to meet on even talent tiers here for the first shrine of the game.
Yep. So we've got camp being picked up by Tickle Me Tassadar. Shrine's going to be top.
And you know, I kind of like that from a macro standpoint. Now that's going to generate split lane pressure. Whereas the Shaman camps that both teams are kind of working on now, I would even just skip the Shaman camp if I were Tickle Me Tassadar. Like, that's right next to the shrine.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not going to do a whole lot. They are going to go ahead and pick that up. So Arrogant Nephalem is going to be able to kind of set up a bit more on the shrine first.
Yeah, Kael'thas just showed mid, so they know he's late to the party. 10 skull advantage for Arrogant Nephalem as the advance is on now for Tickle Tassadar. Oh, Bayonetta.
Oh.
Bayonetta chose not to follow the tanks, got tossed for his trouble.
Oh, that fire got spread quite a lot.
Yeah, Alex Shaza got stunned out of the Dragon Form there. Rel, first blood goes over to Tickle Tassadar.
And we just said how tough the front line was for Arrogant Nephalem, and down they go.
Yeah, they toss Bag in the fort to try to clean up the skulls, but I think he's just not quite enough to get all the skulls they're missing there, especially with all 4 members of Tickle Tassadar on the point.
Yeah, that was great timing, picking up those 2 kills. It looks like that's probably going to get him the shrine.
Oh, absolutely. Jaina had to rotate mid. She's showing mid on the Khazra camp. This is 100% first punish of the game. Got to go over to Tickle Tassadar.
And similar to, you know, the first Immortals on BOE, this won't be a super strong Punisher here, but see if they can get the wall. And
unless something catastrophic happens, this should just be a wall. Good job baiting it over by Segatai.
Indeed.
Weird rotation here again from Tickle Tassadar. It looks like the 2 tanks couldn't decide which of them was going to split away, and then neither did. Now they kind of missed out on some experience. ETC just finally made it to mid lane.
Yeah, so looking at the experience, they're pretty even.
Yeah, I feel like on this map, unless you have a Sylvanas, you absolutely only push the first one with 4.
Yeah, makes sense. So one of these teams is going to represent the West in the grand finals. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and I think they're both deserving. Both have looked strong today and in the rest of the season. It'll be tough for whichever team has to go home, but there's always next season.
Yeah. Hopefully both these teams stay together and we get to see them play again in Season 6 for NGS.
Old Pro eats a Garrosh combo there, but being a Joanna with a support nearby, gonna be just fine, even still at 100% health until he gets slapped with that X.
Let's take a look at talents again. Got the Meteor build coming out from Ragnaros. Tickle Tassadar grabbing the siege camp.
Yep, I imagine Arrogant Nephalem will go work on theirs here in a second. Top lane, nothing happening down here. Aggressive 4-man rotation, clearing out waves. 10 about to be reached by Tickle Tassadar.
Yep, we've got the next shrine is going to be coming up in the middle lane here.
So what's it called? Stage dive or mosh?
I think it's gonna be stage dive.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that, and it
Let's
is.
see.
The more I looked at it, though, the more I kind of liked mosh, just because like it seemed like it might be hard to just jump on the Jaina and then do anything about it.
Yeah, the thing that kind of made me think it would be stage dive is that they're using ETC as the offlaner.
Yep.
So that kind of made it make sense to give them a global to meet up with the team.
Yeah, maybe, but like, there's no global on the other side, and
Sure.
Divine Steed sort of pseudo global type thing, but I think I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm just saying I might have liked to see Mosh Pit there.
But there's a throw on Johanna, but you know, Johanna just pops her shield and off she goes.
Yeah, Lava Wave top gonna clear up a lot of that Shaman camp. The tether on Kime, he's gonna be just fine on the Urel.
All right, we've got ults available for both teams. I think we've got the usual suspects here. It is going to be the Lifebinder for Alexstrasza.
And it's worth pointing out Lava Wave over the Hammer, which Hammer tends to get the more value in the coordinated play, but Lava Wave just real strong macro. And that could even be why the stage dive was necessitated.
Right. Oh, here comes the stage dive.
Yeah.
Stay a while. Jaina
couldn't quite make it through the body box there. Now we have Phoenix on top of Kime. Pops the Ardent Defender. He's going to go ahead and roll on out. But we still have a 5 versus 4. Plenty of healing available from the Alexstrasza. This could be Immortal number 2 going over to Tickle Tassadar as well.
There was a beautiful play by Segatai with a friendly throw to save Null Pointer.
True.
That was really nice. So, let's see if... I don't think Arrogant Nephalem has time to really contest this, but we'll see what they think.
Yeah, you don't want to... Alexstrasza hasn't popped Dragon Queen, I don't believe. So, based on that, I don't think you really want to... Yeah, she hasn't. You don't want to try to face roll into that. It's a good way to sit out the next 30 seconds.
So they got Urel pushing up top, soaking, trying to stay even in experience.
This is another 5-man commit from Tassadar.
Yeah, here comes Urel down to join as well.
And Phoenix.
Yeah, this Punisher is about to fall. Stay a while.
Stay a while and listen. Edges Shiba Kathos in there, eats the life binder, but no damage was done. Here comes
wave! Lava wave!
Comes through deck. Illidan is going to fall. Kime gets yanked in by the tether. He falls as well. Starting in the back line, trying to take out Null Piner. Is going to get away. Ring of Frost now catches 2.
Oh, ETC might be in trouble? Nope, first is going to be Johanna.
Yeah, big Garrosh combo. I don't know if she had Iron Skin available, but the taunt got there in a hurry. She was not able to get out.
And we got an aggressive move by Tickle Tassadar over here to steal the Bruiser camp.
I like it. I've been commenting about how I hadn't seen a whole ton of aggression from them, and I think this is a good step in the right direction. Get this, get out. Probably have a couple back.
Ooh, all the struggle. Scary Hearth.
Yep.
We've got all 5 members of Arrogant Nephalem moving up here to the top lane. Maybe they were hoping to get someone out of position, but Tickle Tassadar was able to back out.
Yep, Tickle Tassadar just rotating the camps here, trying to turn yellow things blue wherever they... or red, pardon me. I guess blue to them, red to us, wherever they can. Monkus Beaver in chat says things aren't looking good for Arrogant Nephalem. How do you feel about that statement?
I don't know. I mean, they are looking okay to me. They're actually slightly ahead in experience. They haven't lost any structures yet. Their defenses have been real strong.
Yep, that's where I'm at. Still have all their forts. Things are just fine. They tend to excel in the late game when they get there, so... Not time to panic just yet if you're an Arrogant Nephalem fan.
Yeah. Maybe it's because typically when you have a Garrosh, you know, you're looking for those early game kills. And that hasn't really been happening, I guess. But Arrogant Nephalem is doing a pretty good job of, you know, staying even and not getting snowballed or anything like that.
Yep. There's a lot of beef on the side of Tickle Tassadar though, so pretty much anytime there's a Garrosh near a fight, Joanna or ETC are just hugging him, like, throw someone. Just make it be me, and then things are fine. You know, Joanna's got Iron Skin, ETC's got Power Slide. Ooh, there's a Blessed Shield. Stage Dive coming on top.
Stage Dive.
Bouncy Castle. All kinds of ults being used here. Health bars dropping low on both sides. Joanna the first to fall, but followed closely by Maev. Oh my gosh.
Bernian getting low on ATC. So we've got 3 down for Arrogant Nephalem, 2 down for Tickle Tassadar. And the shrine is activating.
That was a pretty incomprehensible fight. Just everyone ran in there, pressed their R buttons, and then half of them died.
Yeah, the only two that have their ult still available are Alexstrasza, which is really nice that she saved it for this shrine, actually. And then Urel.
Yep.
So we've got Arrogant Nephalem splitting out into the lanes. Meanwhile, Tickle Me Tassadar jumping in and starting to work on another Punisher.
So this is a bad macro decision by Tickle Me Tassadar here for two reasons. They're split, and Arrogant Nephalem has 16s. This could be real ugly if you're a Tickle Me Tassadar fan.
Yeah, and here comes Arrogant Nephalem. They have a window of opportunity here. There's a throw.
Toss. There's the Blizzard. See ya, Alex.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, first big misplay by them this game, and Arrogant Nephalem punishes them immediately.
Yeah, she wasn't even able to get her ult off.
Yep, I think if you want to split there, they should have been split to lanes to pick up 16s instead of trying to get an early advantage on the shrine.
Yeah, like maybe they split here and just, you know, concede the Punisher. Looks like that's what they are going to do.
Yep, they have 16s now. They'll have 5 members in the second. They're going to give this top fort. You know, there'll be a token defense, but mostly the real show will start at Keep Wall, in my opinion.
Right. One thing that Arrogant Nephalem is really good at doing, I've seen them do in the past, is they've baited teams like and kind of backed up a little bit right into the Molten Core. You know, Ragnaros jumping in the fort, and if Tickle Me Tester is able to avoid that trap.
Oh, Old Pro got caught too far forward. Gets just blendered. Holy cow.
Wow.
You don't usually see a Joanna die that fast.
So ETC just pushed down the fort in the middle. I'm thinking he might want to head back.
Yeah, but he definitely doesn't want to stage dive into the backline because he'll suffer the same fate as Joanna.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't like some kind of crazy ult that meant that Joanna was dead. She just was out of position and got John Cena'd into oblivion.
Yeah, and Arrogant Nephalem goes ahead and backs out.
They might have sniffed out this camp, though.
Yeah. They do steal it!
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do if you're Tickle Me Tassadar. You probably shouldn't be there in the first place, but you definitely can't stay there.
That was a nice rotation. Segatai moving confidently onto that point.
Yeah, I think they're absolutely going to take this bottom fort here if they posture for it. Got this Khazar camp following it up. They back on out, though.
Yeah, they still don't quite have that fort.
Dive. Yeah. I think I overconfidently said they had it. Just given that there is the stage dive from the ETC, maybe they couldn't commit all the way to it. They're trying to reach 20 safely is the #1 priority. Given that they have a level 1.5 lead.
Yeah, that's a good point. Big lead in experience for Arrogant Nephalem. They're on their way to 20. Typically, you'll see teams avoid fighting when they're this close to 20, but
yeah, it's been kind of Arrogant Nephalem's, thing though, is they're good at team fighting. So if someone steps really far out on Tickle Me Tassadar, you have a Garrosh. I expect to see him punish it.
Here comes Tickle Me Tassadar. Come stage dive. Oh. Oh, huge taunt there from Garrosh.
Man, just another absolutely everyone get in there, press all your buttons. This time, Tickle Me Tassadar, I think they came out on top the last time too. They steal away the camp. They now have a two-person advantage going into their own 20s. Excellent team fight by them. It ended up going really well.
That was great.
All right, so what do you do now? You're trying to find 20. They're going to go ahead and pick up the Shaman camp on the top lane. They're going to get the split pressure with that. And we'll have 5 members at the point before Arrogant Nephalem does. So this should be their Punisher.
Yeah, I think so, because they're gonna need to... Arrogant Nephalem is... I mean, I guess they could let that Bruiser camp go if they're okay with just conceding that fort.
And I think they should. Like, I think that fort's kind of a inconsequential thing at this point. I guess it does have a healing well, though. And that would be nice for a later Punisher if there is one.
Well, if they're gonna go contest this Punisher, they need to head there pretty quickly. Let's see what Arrogant Nephalem decides to do. Both teams at 20.
Their value assessment might just be that they still have a fort and a keep in the way of core in this bottom lane, so they're just gonna give up the fort, defend at the keep, and keep playing the game.
Yeah. Does look like that's the plan.
Red team has summoned a mortal Punisher.
See if they can get this baited back.
Punisher hammering away on the tank. Best place to have it if you are Arrogant Nephalem. It's now moving towards the keep. Fort, pardon me.
Let's see, do we have Molten Core available? I think so.
Yeah, I think you save it for keep, though. This fort is like, oh, I was wrong. Here it comes. Did we go heroic difficulty? Yes, we did. All right. Seitai stepping very far forward.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same.
Tried to put the combo on the Joanna, but an excellent Iron Skin used just in the nick of time. That's why you saw the weird cube backwards. I've done that many a time as Garrosh, where you, like, you think you got him, and then you don't. And just a stellar defense there by Arrogant Nephalem keeps their fort alive.
That's almost unbelievable that that fort is still alive with a level 20 Punisher.
Oh, double taunt there. Lifebinder used. Looks like it. Oh, just barely collects with Bayonetta. Got the Phoenix out. Stage dive in. Ardent Defender popped by the Irvel. There's the Indestructible on the Joanna. Jaina's the first to fall. We have the Dragon form coming through. Kime is going to fall in the backline to Bickle. Serenian, though, in super deep. Just barely able to power slide out. Alex Jazza keeps him alive. Now he finally falls, and we have 4 members down on the side of Arrogant Nephalem. Bayonetta stepping forward, trying to take care of the Deckard Cain. Does not have the tether available. He's going to just roll on away.
Yeah, okay. Well, now this fort is going to fall.
And this keep, I think, should absolutely fall as well. I know they don't have minions there, but they have a Joanna. Oh.
Take a look at some of the stats here. So everybody can see.
Yeah, nothing super surprising there. All kinds of damage from that Lava Wave Ragnaros in the Siege category. Decayladon up to the usual hijinks, putting out the hero damage.
And I don't think they're going to get a keep now.
Yep, I think that was maybe not the best rotation from them. Like, I like the idea of getting the camp to support you there, but I think with the Joanna as the tank and an Alex Jazza alive to keep her healed up, you just roll forward and devote everything to keeping your tank alive and slapping down the keep. So they got to go now. They needed to go earlier. They might be in trouble here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go ahead and back out. So, Arrogant Nephalem's keep shall survive.
Yeah, and it's super exciting. Both teams are going to have all ultimates in play for the next fight, aside from Lava Wave, which Rag used just to spite me. That's not really a team fight ult anyway.
Possible fight incoming on the Bruiser camp.
Yeah, I'm not super sure why Tickle Tassadar thinks they need to pick the fight.
They really want to go in, though. But they are going to back off, and the camp will go over to Arrogant Nephalem. But again, we've got a top shrine.
Yeah, Joanna has a pop Iron Skin there, and she's chunked out pretty far there.
Yeah, about Tressa healing her up.
Rather than that weird play around the Bruiser camp there, I would have liked to see ETC trying to pressure, bottom lane out, or maybe even mid lane. And then stage dive to safety.
Right. Arrogant Nephalem taking the lead on the Shrine minions.
Yeah, and they only need about, 6 more before they can just put Ragnaros in the fort and take the rest of them with just Rag.
Ooh. Stay well into the ring.
Stage dive in place by Serene there. He gets some slow out. Takes out the Jaina and the Ragnaros. Oh my gosh, an excellent fight turn here by Tickle Me Tassadar. Joanna had the indestructible popped, and now she's already back to 100% health. They get the 2 kills. They're going to pick up this Punisher with no Ragnaros to steal the skulls away from them. And then this time, no Rag for defense. I think they can absolutely get this for.
Yeah, the Rag kill was critical. Like you said, if Rag was still available, he could have jumped into this fort here and, contested for the Punisher.
Yeah, I've made the mistake of over-promising on these Punishers before this game, so this time I'm not going to say anything about the keep. This is a dead fort.
I think that was fair. Yeah. See if Arrogant Nephalem can pull off a huge defense here.
Yeah, they do have a Lava Wave available, which will stop the minions from being a factor in this top push. Stage dive is online though, so ETC can show up at will.
Punisher moving on to the keep. Here comes Molten Core.
Huge Molten Swing there. Lava Wave chunking out Bickle. Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
Fat Dragon couldn't waddle on out. Now Joanna falls too. Keep is going to be just fine.
What a great defense! I can't believe this keep didn't fall.
Yeah, that's definitely a misplay by Bickle there, not using the Life Binder.
So Tickle Me Tassadar backs off, start working on camps again. What do you do if you're Arrogant Nephalem here? It looks like they've got something in mind.
Oh, yeah, you've got a 5 versus 3. I'm gonna go take bottom keep.
Looks like that's exactly what they're going to attempt.
Yeah, we just had a Punisher top. I guess the Punisher just showed up now. It's gonna be mid, but you had a fort to go through mid, so catapults are priority 1. They might not even be able to completely take the keep here, but just softening up this makes it that much easier for the next Punisher. And I think they're gonna maybe take the well and back off. Keyman wanted it so badly.
I know.
Oh, there's a toss. Bayonetta doesn't make it over the wall. The Warlord's Challenge follows it up. Bayonetta means just fine. Now we have a stage dive in the back line. Garrosh pops the Indomitable. Now we have the Stay While and Listen in the back line, followed by Ring of Frost. And ETC's looking in trouble. Lifebinder does come through, and now we have Garrosh on the flank there. Oh, Jaina gets binded back in. Dak Illidan spreading the fire all over the place. Kime now going to be the next to fall along with Dak Illidan due to that Kael'thas damage.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Shaman Camp up top takes out the top keep, and I think
this is it.
It should be. It looks like they're going to go towards top keep and just try to win the game through the top lane.
I think Tickle Me Tassadar can in here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see Garrosh fall. What happened?
At the very end, they were able to just kind of slowly whittle him down.
Gotcha. Yeah, this should absolutely be game.
Yeah, I think this is it, everyone.
Yeah, shields are down, Dragon Queen's popped, and the core is falling. We have our Div C West champion.
GG! Tickle Me Tassadar takes the series.
Man, what a crazy series. A lot of fun to watch.
Right?
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. There's your in-game stats. A lot of kills for Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, they were. And yeah, that stage dive got way more value than I anticipated. Him showing up in the back line kept throwing a wrench into Ragnaros and Jaina's plans there. I'm sure if we were to talk to Dak Illidan, there would be some groaning about how that went.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to second guess after the fact, right? I think that both teams played really, really well in this series. I mean, both the games were really close, but
Absolutely.
the end of this one, Tickle Me Tassadar, just they really turned it on.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do to win championships. So hopefully for them, they can keep it going and take the entire Div C title.
Yeah, so congratulations to Tickle Me Tassadar. Well done.
Yeah.
You guys have fought through the playoffs all the way to the grand finals. I'm going to see if we can get an interview with the captain of Tickle Me Tassadar.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, seeing the stream
Oh,
on 2-minute delay, I just watched the garage die, and I don't know how I missed it. It couldn't have been more in the center of the screen.
Well, you were probably just stunned because, like, you know, that team fight.
I guess, yeah. Maybe I was already looking to the next thing.
Yes, so Bickle is going to jump in. While we wait for him, let's take a quick look at the standings. Let me see if I can actually update this on the fly here. There we go, guys.
Here's a question for you that I never thought about before. Does the living bomb from Kael'thas's 16 ignite tick his level 13 that gives him CDR?
I don't know. But we need to change Discord channels real quick.
Oh,
go on with your thought in 1 second. Let's switch channels so we can talk to Bickle, and then I am interested in what you're saying.
Okay, switching channels.
Okay. Bickle?
Hello, my friend.
Hello. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
congrats.
You. And before things go on, I want to make it known I am not alone.
You aren't alone. You've got Bayo.
Hi, I'm Bayonetta.
Hey, how's it going?
We're great, frankly.
I bet. So, yeah, you guys have got to be pretty pumped right now. You're representing the West in the grand finals.
Yeah, we are very excited. In fact, in the comms at that last fight, we were all screaming.
Yeah.
Well, half of us were, as the other half are currently having to be quiet with people at home. As for half our team, it's East Coast, and it's 2 a.m. currently.
Oh, wow. You guys stayed up really late for this one.
It was worth it.
Oh, yeah, I'd say so. So, where do we even start, Cody? Let's just go back to game 1, I guess.
Yeah, start at the beginning. It's the most sensible place to start.
So you guys ended up getting to choose BOE.
Yes.
Yeah, so what was your thought process there? Did that, how did that go for you guys? Were you happy with your draft?
BOE is one of our favorite maps. We're very comfortable on it. We know what we want to do, and we have our picks. We also made a huge list of what each character is gonna do, what we're gonna play, what we're gonna deviate if this is not played. And while it didn't go in our favor because we had some slight misplays that did cost the game, I think that our draft was not a problem other than macro and mechanical error.
Fair enough. Did you guys do a lot of research on
We did.
Nephalem?
We did a lot of research. We pulled up every single thing that was in Stats of the Storm.
I will say they're the team we have prepared the most for this entire season.
Oh, absolutely. We even pulled up their playoff games. We watched their VODs.
So
nice.
Our original game with them, we got 2-0'd, but we were playing with a sub. We were missing our shot caller, so things were a bit messy that day. So we're like, you know what? We think we can do better against them. We want to beat them. We want to be the first team to take a series off them, and well, that happened.
So as you guys researched their VODs and everything, were you also looking at their play style to kind of get an idea of what you were going to be facing?
One thing that we made a mistake of in scrims that we'll never make again, Trabe, you are never, ever touching Azmodan again. I still have nightmares.
No, we're not letting him pick that. Him, ever.
Yeah, especially on a couple of those last maps. Like those are two really tasty Azmodan maps.
I mean, frankly, we're not going to let him play Asmodan, period. So it doesn't matter what map. Like, we were just going to ban him BOE, which is what happened. So, sorry, Trey.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wasn't surprised seeing the Asmo ban, especially on To the Spider Queen, of course. Yeah, that made complete sense. You guys played, the teams, you were both so even in game one for the longest time, like the whole wave, basically. It just seemed like it could go either way, really. And in the end, looked like Arrogant Nephalem they were able to turn a couple team fights at the very end, and that was the difference in that game. So how did you guys feel coming off that first loss? Like, were you guys kind of disappointed, or, you know, were you able to kind of turn it around and get pumped up again?
We were disappointed, that was for sure.
Yeah,
but we had like two of us just saying, focus, we can still win this, we can flex.
Nice. Cody, I'm sure you've got some questions too.
Not so much about game one. I think we've covered a lot of that.
Yeah.
Also, it was hours ago, so.
Hours. All right, so let's move on to game two then. Tomb of the Spider Queen. So a completely different map than BOE. How did you change your? Obviously, we're going to need to change your strategy just for the map itself. But did you change anything based on just how game one played out with the heroes that were picked and the styles?
So in all honesty, with Tomb of the Spider Queen, we were prepared that if we did end up winning BOE and they chose to go first pick again, that would be the map we picked. So we had a good idea of what we wanted to have prepared on that map. And it just so happened that we were also able to grab in a first pick position also, which was really nice in that map.
We also really wanted, we were looking at a Maiev comp for game two as well, which they so happened to ban, which is fine because they picked Cho'Gall anyway, and I picked Greymane, so it all worked out in the end. I think we prepared well for a Cho'Gall.
Is that something you guys have shown a bunch in scrims? Because I haven't.
No, we pulled
not too much. It's something we've just pulled out after practice. I think we pulled it out once.
We only pulled it out in playoffs.
Yeah, we've pulled it out, I think, once in the past two, like once in each series before this.
Gotcha.
Right. Now, were you surprised or caught off guard at all by that Cho'Gall pickup?
I do want to say I was pretty proud. I had an idea it was coming. Because I'm like, you know what? With a Gold Dan and a Yarel, they still have a Cho'Gall option here, and they've played it before. They ran it against us in scrims with a really similar comp, so it's like, maybe this will happen? So we had an idea, but it wasn't like this is what they're going to do. So it was in our head, just not the most prominent thought.
Yeah, I think we were concerned. Cody, go ahead. I know you were concerned with how they were going to handle that Cho'Gall, so I'll let you give the follow-up question for that one.
Yeah, I was just kind of worried looking at your draft. In my experience, the best way to deal with a Cho'Gall is to just kind of get past it and kill all his friends. But you guys really didn't have a comp to do that, and you further doubled down on it when you didn't go with the go for the throat on the Greymane. So everything was really in a kill Cho'Gall basket. Was there anything in particular that you think helped you execute the kill the Cho'Gall?
I think it was the Leoric pick by far. Serenian's Leoric actually did manage to mess up the backline and managed to catch Gul'dan and on off guard, which allowed me as Greymane to kind of jump in, which allowed Jaina to jump in. And we were basically just kind of picking our own fights and just mopping up who we could. In this case, Cho'Gall.
I think twice post 20 he landed like game-changing silence in tombs. It was insane.
Yeah, definitely the one at the end.
I kept going like, he just needs to do it. Like, step forward and do it. And he just
we were pushing down bot with the Weavers, like
absolute perfect moment.
We were thinking, Cho'Gall's operating, might be able to get some damage. He goes in, lands the berry dive. I'm like, we can win this. This is game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision there at the end when you were posturing down into that bottom lane. We weren't sure whether you would be able to, pull it off, and maybe should have been a little more conservative and gotten some more keeps, but it ended up working out. I mean, that Entomb was just money right there. It did exactly
the Entomb was cash. Like Like, I saw the Entomb, and I basically just did Greymane stuff, and Sheba did Jaina stuff, and it worked really well. And it allowed us to hit game 2.
Yeah, and the great thing is, all you had to do is get 1 kill, and it takes 2 players out of the game.
Basically. And even with the draft in game 2, we noticed with their bans, Kerrigan and Maev were like, they're banning out Bayo.
Right.
Yeah.
In game 2 and especially game 3, they started to really try and dig into some of her more impactful heroes, most notably the Kerrigan, which we were surprised that they banned that in the sense that we thought they were going to look into picking it.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. They ended up playing Urel all 3 games. But you guys seemed to be able to deal with her. She was kind of annoying, probably, but...
She was annoying, but I think what allowed us to offset some of that pressure that Urel does is just killing her when she was alone a lot of the time. Or just straight ignoring her and just womboing.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions about game 2, Cody?
Yeah, game 2, I felt like you guys waited a long time after you had 20 to really try to go for the throat. And when you did was like right after they got 20, you tried to invade their spell camp. Was there any thoughts on, like, why wasn't the call to go boss there? Do you have any recollection of that?
I think boss was down at the time because we'd done an earlier boss call when we traded boss for Turnin. I'm not sure if it was. I could be completely wrong.
We were also very scared of their wall frontline. It was very hard to get in there. We had to approach it from a side so that we didn't just explode.
Yeah. Alongside that, we respect Trabe enough to know that a Horrify changes that game.
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
All right, so you guys take game 2. So you guys had to be really pumped, and then you had to refocus again real quick, and you guys ended up being able to pick the map again.
Yes.
So how did you decide on shrines? Was that predetermined, or were you guys just feeling that was the way to go at that moment?
Was one of the last maps we had prepared because we saw, okay, this is their most played map. They might try and take us here. That's where we thought we'd be going for game 2, honestly. So we had drafts prepared, and we were debating between, like, okay, we have 2 maps we could pick here, either Infernal or a different one, and we ended up going with Infernal because we were more confident with that draft. And we set up for a Maev comp, and when they banned the Greymane, we knew we could get it.
Nice. So when you went in for your draft for game 3 on shrines, did you have any particular comp in mind? Did you want to steal away certain heroes from them? Did you get what you wanted there?
We actually were looking at the Maev comp, like, straight off the bat, which is actually what happened. I myself was kind of worried about it because they have a very beefy front line.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just asking, okay, we need 2 more tanks to just kind of disrupt them so I can do what I need to do, or so that Shiva can do what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where the ETC came in, giving it a bit more CC and front line. And also did surprisingly well into Urel, able to interrupt that Avenging Wrath in lane to just stop her wave clear for a larger amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did seem like ETC was hanging just fine in the solo lane for sure. So what was did you follow your strategy in that game? Like, did you go in with an early game plan, and did it play out the way you were hoping?
Yeah, it did go to plan. Our 10 and then just run it. We have a very Wombo-centric comp. And we were just like, okay, let's try not to get picked. Let's try and make an XP lead happen so that we can make our comp work as flawlessly as possible.
Yeah, right. I think shout out to your tanks. I think that, especially that third game, with the ETC and the Joanna, they were able to really just hug that Garrosh and stop him from doing anything impactful to you or Kael'thas. Yeah. And just the one time Biko got caught out on the Alex.
Yeah, let's not talk about that so much. I don't know.
Well, what if we talked about it more?
I don't know about that. And can we also ignore my lava wave walking through at top? That was not pretty.
Yeah, you had Life Binder. I don't know if it would have been enough to save you. You cast it halfway through, getting burned to a crisp.
Oh, I know what you're talking
pretty
about
silly.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was very
Dragon doesn't
unfortunate.
waddle particularly quickly.
It doesn't waddle quickly, and it's a big, big model.
Yeah.
So you guys got a lot of kills in game 3. You actually ended up 23-10.
That was the plan with our comp,
That's okay.
honestly.
That was that play style comp. We're like, okay, let's kill them and win.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
it
it was
worked.
awfully nice of them to show up in a number of key choke points at the end of that game there.
It was very nice. Actually, I think that's where Infernal Shrines makes the Maya comp work better than normal, because the objective is just kind of a small circle with like chokes to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of his best maps. Just all kinds of living bomb value.
And on top of
Oh,
Maiev, it was just, as I said again, cash money.
Yeah,
and I think
it was
really
nice.
happy with how the ending went. They had gotten some picks, so they were up, I think, 19 3/4 to us on like 18. We're like, okay, we got to make something happen. Where are they going to be? The only camp they have is their bruiser. Let's go for broke and just fight. Let's go there. And we got there right as they hit 20, but we were able to pick a fight. I think it was trade out 4-2 in kills, but we're like, we got kills that we needed. That was worth it. That's what we needed to get back in this game.
Yeah, you guys did play a little more aggressively, it seemed like, in game 3.
Because I think we had to. They had an XP lead for a good portion of the mid game.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of had to be like, okay, well, let's just throw out all reason out the window. We need to run at them.
Run at them hard.
And that's where that bruiser play came in, where they hit 20, and we're just like, okay, let's go in anyway.
Yeah, you guys seemed like you were surprised that you won that fight, though. It seemed like there was a lot of indecision after you won it about how to really give them the clamps, afterwards. It seemed like maybe bottom keep was the play, or maybe I'm thinking of a different time.
You were thinking of a different time when we split off for the camp.
Frankly, I think we were a little bit disorientated from the fight. It was a very big fight, and we didn't want to like wipe, but like we kind of went even, and so we're just like, okay, wait, what do we do now?
We're just happy to be alive.
Yeah, you can definitely give us some crap if you watch the cast back. There was at least 2 fights that I can think of in that series where everybody runs in. It's like a 5 versus 5. People run together. Everyone pushes their R button and every other button they have available. And the 2 of us are just sitting there like, well, that's a lot of stuff. And it's just kind of like silence as everything, like the dust settles. And it's like, all right, well, 6 people have died.
I mean, I can't fault you. The fights were very quick. Like, once the cage goes up and once KT goes in, when stage dive comes down, the fight should be over.
Yeah, speaking of which, there were some really impactful stage dives coming out from Serenian there.
Yeah, they were very good. I really liked the ETC.
Serenian has been a beast this entire season.
Nice. Any more questions about Game 3, Cody?
Nope. I think we covered the bases.
Nice. So let's look towards the future now. So you guys are going to represent the West in the grand finals. You are going to be playing, let's look at it again.
Square and 4 triangles.
A square and 4 triangles. Do you know anything about them, or are you basically going to go on a research tirade here?
We're pulling out the research glasses. That's for sure.
I know a whole lot of nothing about them because we've been so focused on Nephalem, we weren't sure we were going to get through this game. We're like, let's focus on what we have instead of looking to the future.
Yeah, I think everyone in Div C knew that they'd be going through Arrogant Nephalem, to make it to the end. Yeah. So it makes sense that you guys would spend so much time, focusing on that.
Make no mistake, we are very scared of Arrogant Nephalem.
We think this series could have gone easily 2-0 to them. It's honestly, they are a terrifying team to play against, and I have nothing but respect for them.
Nice. Yeah, you guys both played awesome. I thought as well after game one that it could be because I've seen Arrogant Nephalem do that before, where they fight hard in game one, but they pull it out right at the very end, and then they just take game two. But you guys, you fought back, and I respect that. I think that was great.
Thank you.
Pull yourselves back
Thank you.
together and come back and win 2 games in a row. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you. We put in a lot of hard work to get this far, so I'm very glad that hard work is paying off.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you guys have the floor. Do you have any shout outs, any comments you'd like to make to your team or about NGS or anything else?
Thank you also for your hard work making this casting happen. You both are very excellent casters, and I've been able to tune in throughout the season, and I appreciate all the work you do.
Thank you.
I also
thanks.
super appreciate Arrogant Nephalem. They are super scary. I kind of admire them a little bit, if I'm being honest. They're very well-rounded. And I also have to shout out our team, of course. We played very hard tonight. Thank you, Cernian, Tickle. Thank you, Old Pro, and thank you, Shiva. Thank you all so much for playing very well.
Nice.
I know he didn't play tonight, but still gotta shout out our sub, Nikki. He came in like a boss when we needed him when Old Pro was stuck in Hurricane.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, and since this was the final C West game and that makes us the reps, shout outs to all of Division C West. We're gonna do our best to represent and bring it home. And I know half my team may be on the East Coast, but we're repping West.
Nice.
Please cheer us on. We need it.
Yeah, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Definitely. I can't wait for the grand finals and see you fight it out. I hope we have a ton of people watching for both sides, and I think everyone's just excited for a fun series and some great play. And you guys definitely showed that you deserve to be here. I mean, I know Arrogant Nephalem is excellent and very scary, but you guys stepped up tonight, and you guys are a great team in your own right as well. So I'm sure that you guys are going to represent well.
Thank you very much. You're very kind.
I think you have more confidence in us than we do ourselves.
But still, thank you.
You bet. Anything more? Any other shout outs for you guys before we let you start celebrating?
No. I'm just very glad that we're at this point, to be honest.
Nice.
Shout out, since Bayo never mentioned herself. Shout outs to Bayo. You played great. You were terrifying on any hero we put you on.
I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks again, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
You bet. Good luck, you guys. Yeah, we'll be watching.
All right.
Don't get freaked out. We'll be watching it in a good, positive way.
Thank you.
Well, it is past 2 a.m. for me, and I have work in about 4 hours, so I'm going to go sleep.
Yep. Thanks for joining us and
decision.
taking the time, guys.
Thank you for casting again.
Thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Bye. Good night.
Night.
That was great. They're so nice. Such nice people.
Absolutely.
Actually, everyone in Div C has been very kind and just nice and great to hang out with. So
Yeah.
been really cool. I know that's a division close to both of our hearts. Even though I know you didn't play there this season, I know that's where your roots are from.
Oh, for sure. And it would have been, my team might have been more appropriate there this season. We won about 2 games in B, so.
Oh, hey, well, at least you didn't lose them all.
Yeah, maybe we'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. So, Cody, what about you? If people want to watch more of you, I know you don't really do Twitter, but tell them where your Twitch channel.
Yeah, well, my name is like right down here somewhere, and you can find me there at twitch.tv/CodyKrez. Probably won't be on for a bit until some other, either NGS or some other thing I'm casting shows up. I don't really stream a lot on my own time. But yeah, shoot me a follow there. or whatever else you feel like doing. I appreciate it. And shout out to you. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a blast every time I've gotten to cast with you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks to everyone that supported me this season. Off the top of my head, Bobo, Kime Yu, Himibo, Ace EO, all you guys have been great. And best of luck to the Div C West winners. Tickle Me Tassadar. Congrats.
Heck yeah, and thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure watching you cast this season. You've done a fantastic job, and it's been fun covering Div C playoffs with you. It's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to hopefully doing this more.
Yeah, definitely. Season 6 is definitely just around the corner, but Season 5 isn't over yet. Like we said, grand finals are coming up next week. So that's going to be really exciting. Definitely tune in. And for me, you guys can find me at SwingTime Gaming on Twitter, and here on Twitch, I'm at twitch.tv/SwingTime. Thank you, everybody, for joining and watching. Thank you, Twitch chat, for, like, being entertaining and active and enjoying this match as much as we did. So, Cody, I think that's it. I think we're gonna call it there.
Yeah, good cast. We did it. High five.
Yay! Whoopsh. Wow. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening. And we will see you next week for grand finals. Take care, everyone. Bye.